I've had Subarus on my lift with over 300,000 miles on the original engine, and 5-year-old ones already torn apart for a blown head gasket. Same car, same factory. The only difference was the person driving it. After 12 years under these cars, I can tell you the ones that make it to 300,000 aren't lucky. They all do the same handful of things without even thinking about it, and I've counted 20 of them. I'm not going to waste your time telling you to change your oil. You already know that. I'm talking about the warm-up rule that has nothing to do with engine temperature, the one fluid Subaru calls lifetime that will quietly kill your transmission if you believe them. The way high-mileage owners actually use the all-wheel drive so it doesn't grenade itself at 150,000 miles. Do all 20 and 300,000 isn't a dream, it's just maintenance. Miss 3 or 4, and you're the one trading it in at 140,000 wondering what you did wrong. Number 7 is the one I see almost everybody get backwards, so stay with me for that. I've split these into 5 groups: the engine, the drivetrain, the cooling system, how you actually drive it, and the long game most owners never think about. None of it is exotic. Most of it is cheap. All of it is the difference between a Subaru that dies and one that just keeps going. Let's start with the habit that costs you nothing and matters the most. Habit number 1. Go by the odometer, not the maintenance minder. The owners who hit 300,000 change their oil on a number, not a dashboard light. On a naturally aspirated boxer that's every 5,000 miles on full synthetic. On a turbo, WRX, Ascent the XT trims, it's 3 to 4,000, no argument. The dealer's 7,500 mile interval keeps the car alive through the warranty. It does not keep it alive to 300,000. Habit number 2, check the oil level every other fill-up. This is the one nobody does. And on a Subaru Boxer, it matters more than almost any other car because these engines are known to burn a little oil as they age. The 300,000 crowd keeps a quart in the trunk and catches it when it's down. Run one of these a quarter too low and you're scoring the cylinder walls and starving the rod bearings, the exact damage that ends an engine 150,000 miles early. 30 seconds at the gas station buys you years. Habit number 3. Don't let it live on short trips. A Boxer that never reaches full operating temperature dilutes its own oil with fuel and water, and the rear cylinders, the ones tucked against the firewall, run the hottest and suffer the most. If your Subaru only ever does 5-minute runs, give it one good 20-minute drive a week to boil all that out. It's free, and it's the difference between clean oil and sludge. Habit number 4. Fix leaks while they're still cheap. A weeping cam carrier or valve cover gasket is a $200 job. Ignore it, and that oil drips onto the exhaust, or it runs the engine low until a bearing lets go. And now it's a $4,000 engine. A dry Subaru is a Subaru that lasts. The high-mileage owners never let a drip become a disaster. That covers the engine. Now the drivetrain. And this is where Subarus are really won or lost, because the 2 most expensive parts on the whole car live right here. Habit number 5. Change the CVT fluid Subaru told you to ignore. Here's that lifetime fluid I promised you. Subaru filled a lot of these lineartronic transmissions for life. So go ask any transmission shop how many they replace at 130,000 miles. The owners who hit 300,000 change the CVT fluid with genuine Subaru fluid every 30 to 60,000 miles, full stop. It is the single most skipped service on the entire car and the single most expensive one to get wrong. A CVT is $5,000 to $8,000 installed. The fluid is a couple hundred. That math is the whole video. Habit number 6. Keep all 4 tires matched. This is how people destroy a perfectly healthy all-wheel drive system without ever knowing they did it. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive expects all 4 tires at the same diameter. Let one wear down or replace just one after a flat, and the center differential is fighting itself every single mile. That's how you cook the AWD by 150,000. Same tire, same model, same tread depth, all 4, within about 2/30 seconds of an inch. When in doubt, replace them as a set. Habit number 7. And this is the one I told you to wait for because almost everyone gets it exactly backwards. The warm-up rule. Half of owners idle in the driveway for 10 minutes thinking they're being gentle. The other half start it and merge straight onto the freeway. Both are wrong. A cold boxer doesn't need to sit there. Idling just washes raw fuel down the cylinder walls and warms nothing that matters. What it needs is oil pressure, which takes 30 to 60 seconds, and then easy driving, light throttle, low RPM for the first 3 to 5 miles until the oil and the CVT fluid are genuinely up to temperature. The first 3 minutes of every cold drive do more wear than the next 3 hours. Get those 3 minutes right, and you've already beaten most Subaru owners on the road. Habit number 8, rotate the tires every single oil change. On an all-wheel drive car, rotation isn't about getting your money's worth out of the tires, it's drivetrain protection. Keeping all 4 circumferences equal is exactly what stops Habit 6 from ever becoming a problem. Every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, same visit as the oil. Free insurance on a very expensive system. Next, the cooling system and the head gasket reputation that scares every Subaru buyer. Habit number 9, keep the cooling system honest. Let's settle that head gasket reputation right now. It's real on the old EJ 2.5 from the 2000s. On the newer FB engines, it's close to a non-issue if the cooling system is perfect. So the 300,000 crowd changes coolant on schedule and runs Subaru's own cooling system conditioner. A boxer lives and dies by its head temperature, and these owners never gamble on it. Habit number 10, never drive an overheating Subaru just to the next exit. A boxer's aluminum heads warp fast and they don't come back. One overheat you push through for 5 miles can end the same engine that would have gone to 300,000. The habit is simple. The temperature gauge climbs, you stop. That single rule has saved more Subaru engines than any additive ever sold. Habit number 11, do the timing on time. If you've got an older EJ with a timing belt, that's a 105,000-mile job, and you replace the water pump, tensioner, and idlers at the same time because a snapped belt in an interference engine is a death sentence. Newer chain-driven FB and FA engines don't need a belt, but the chain only lasts if the oil stays clean, which loops right back to Habit 1. Habit number 12, keep the radiator and condenser clear. Subaru mounts the radiator low, right where it packs full of leaves, bugs, and road film. Once a year, the high-mileage owners blow it out from the engine side. An engine that always runs cool is an engine that runs forever. Everything in this section is really just protecting that one idea. Now let's talk about how you actually drive it, because you can do every service on this list and still wear the car out with your right foot. Habit number 13, if it's a turbo, let it cool down. If you've got a WRX or an Ascent and you've been on boost or running the highway, give it 30 seconds at idle before you shut it off. Kill a hot turbo cold and the oil coaks solid in the bearing. That's a $1,500 turbo destroyed by a habit that costs you half a minute. And on a turbo, it's full synthetic, always no exceptions. Habit number 14, drive it with smooth feet. The CVT has exactly one enemy, and it's heat. And heat comes from load. Riding the throttle in stop and go, creeping up a hill on the gas instead of the brake. That's what bakes the fluid you just paid to change. The owners who keep their transmissions to 300,000 use smooth, deliberate inputs and let the brakes do the holding. Habit number 15, parking brake first every time, especially on a hill. Drop it straight into park on a slope, and the entire weight of the car hangs on one small pawl inside the transmission. Set the handbrake first, then shift to park, and that load goes where it belongs. 2 seconds. And you're protecting a part that's buried deep and expensive to reach. Habit number 16, don't shock the driveline. No hard launches before it's warm. No neutral coasting to save gas. No slamming it into gear. The all-wheel drive and the CVT are built to go the distance if you let them work the way they were designed. Shock them cold and you'll meet the rear differential or a clutch pack long before 300,000. That's how you drive it. Last group, the long game. The habits that have nothing to do with a wrench and everything to do with whether this car is still yours in 10 years. Habit number 17, have one mechanic who knows the car. The 300K Subarus almost always have a relationship. One good independent Subaru specialist who's watched the car for years, instead of whichever chain is cheapest that month, rotating a new tech through every visit. History known, records kept, small problems caught while they're still small. Habit number 18, chase noises the same week, not someday. A Subaru wheel bearing starts as a faint hum around 40 miles an hour. Ignore it, and it takes out the hub, then the ABS sensor, then it leaves you on the shoulder. Caught early, it's a $150 part and an afternoon. The high mileage habit is just that. A new noise gets diagnosed now before it can recruit 3 other parts on the way out. Habit number 19, fight rust as hard as you maintain the engine. In Salt Country, Subarus rot at the rear subframe and the quarter panels long before the engine ever gives up. The 300K cars get the undercarriage rinsed through the winter and any surface rust treated before it spreads. A flawless drivetrain bolted to a rusted-out body still ends up in the scrapyard. These owners protect both. Habit number 20, actually drive it. The single worst thing you can do to a Subaru is let it sit. Seals dry out. The all-wheel drive electronics hate long storage. Brakes seize to the rotors. The battery quietly dies. These cars were built to be used through weather, up the trail, across the country. The owners who reach 300,000 trust their Subaru, so they drive it like they trust it. And that trust, more than any single wrench turn on this list, is the habit that actually gets them there. So if you take only 4 things out of all 20, change the oil on miles, not on a light. Change the CVT fluid Subaru told you to forget about. Keep all 4 tires matched, and never ever drive it hot. Those 4 alone separate the Subarus that die at 140,000 from the ones still pulling at 300. None of this is luck, and none of it is expensive sitting next to a new engine or a new transmission. A Subaru isn't a disposable car. It's one of the few left that genuinely wants to go the distance, if you'll just give it the chance. Now, I keep coming back to that CVT fluid. Habit 5, the lifetime fluid that isn't. That one scares people because the dealer wants $400 to do it and tells you it's impossible at home. It isn't. My next video is the exact step-by-step. The right Subaru fluid, the fill procedure nobody explains, and how to check the level when there's no dipstick. If your Subaru is past 60,000 miles and that fluid has never been touched, watch that one before you drive it again. And tell me, what's the highest mileage you've personally put on a Subaru, and which model was it? I read every one of these, and the best high mileage stories end up in the next video.